Did LeBron deserve to be an MVP finalist?
He absolutely deserved to be an MVP finalist. It's strange, the best player in the world, and these top three guys, none of them will be in the NBA Finals. Imagine having a situation like that. It's unheard of. And he set career highs in rebounds and assists. He averaged a little over 26 points a game. Kawhi, who's going to average 25.5. LeBron had more points per game, more rebounds per game, more assists per game. He had 43 games in which he had 8 assists or more. Kawhi had 0. They both missed 8 games due to injury or rest. LeBron James' team went 0-8 without him. Kawhi's team went 7-1 without him. And so I just think the thing is sometimes, Skip, is that we get bored with greatness and we see how great he is. You just take it for granted. Like the NHL, they got tired of giving the Hart Trophy to Gretzky. He won it like 9 times. They're like, no, we ain't giving it to you no more, retire. Jordan, he went through it. And I think the thing is with LeBron, let somebody else have. Now, the first two, Russ and James Harden, I got no problem because Russell broke a record that people look at like the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game. There's no way a guy's going to average 40 triple-doubles and average a triple-double for a season. No way, no. Not today. It's too hard. It's too grinding. Especially now, Russ, he's going to tire himself out. That's what I thought, Skip. I thought he'd tire himself out. James Harden, 28, 11-8, got no problem. But there's no question in my mind LeBron should have gone over Kawhi.
I cannot tell you how much I disagree with your final statement and your final conclusion because there is no way LeBron James deserved this year top 3 in MVP. So just to get this straight, obviously Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double, so that's enough said. And James Harden led the league in assists and was second in scoring, so that's enough said because they were, the Rockets, the surprise of the NBA this year with 55 wins. And obviously, we're just talking about the regular season, so this has nothing to do with LeBron's meltdown last night or James Harden's meltdown in the playoffs because they kind of mirrored each other. But the point is, forget about that. You have to go back to regular season period, end of story, which brings me to Kawhi Leonard. I told you from day one this year, this team is turning into Kawhi's team. On offense, this team became Kawhi or bust. And obviously, he is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year who is at least in the running this year for Defensive Player of the Year. So what happened with Kawhi taking over this team with no Tim Duncan? This team won 61 games that easily could have been 64 if Pop hadn't taken his foot off the gas the last 2 weeks of the regular season. So 61 wins. LeBron's team had 51 wins. So 10 more wins with Kawhi leading the charge. And help me out here. Did Kawhi have any other All-Stars on his team? No. LeBron had Kyrie. LeBron had Kevin Love. So LeBron had 2 All-Stars. Did James Harden have any other All-Stars? No. Did Russell Westbrook? No. So the top 3 MVP candidates each had 0 other All-Stars on his team, while LeBron had 2 other All-Stars on his team. Wow. And LeBron's team, with those 2 All-Stars, finished the year over the last 46 games going 23-23. That's horrendously bad. That's inexplicably bad. Bad defensive team, couldn't score in the clutch. And you're telling me that's the MVP? He carried his team to a 500 record over the last 46 games of the regular season and only 51 regular season wins. Let's look at PER, the most telling basketball stat. Russell Westbrook led the league. Kawhi was 3rd. James Harden was 5th. LeBron was 6th. So it fell right into place with PER, not a top 3 candidate. Finally, we're about to talk more in depth about this, but free throw shooting, which I think is key to an MVP race. LeBron, career worst 67% this year. Wow, really? So he missed 173 free throws this year. Kawhi, 88%, James Harden and Russ, 85%, all the way down to 67%, is a guy you say should have been the top 3 MVP, and I just can't justify it. Poor free throw shooting, terrible finish over the last 46 games. PER says, nope, sorry. And he had 2 All-Stars on his team. So how can you, I don't get the case you can make.
Well, this should be even more validation that he should be there. With 2 other All-Stars on his team, when he doesn't play, they lose.
Okay.
With no All-Stars on their team, Kawhi doesn't play, they go 7-1
but I
over
went
the same
over, and we
stretch.
don't have time to do it again, but I went over all 8 of those wins, and they all came with the star on the other team not playing, DeMar DeRozan or Damian Lillard, or they were wins over easy teams like the Suns or the Kings at home. Really? Sorry.
What about when they go on the road without James Harden in Game 6?
Well, and what about what just happened without Kawhi Leonard against a really good team? That was about the James Harden meltdown in that game. But what just happened? What did you see? With Kawhi Leonard, my team, the Spurs, led by 23 with 7:53 left in the third quarter of Game 1 at Golden State. Without Kawhi, I can't even watch. I cannot tell you how much I am dreading having to watch the sweep tonight at San Antonio because they got no shot against Golden State that has 4 All-Stars on its team.
And think about this. Kyrie Irving had 29 points, 10 of 15, 4 of 6. Kevin Love's 8 of 16, 7 of 13 from 3. Tristan Thompson was 18 and 13. LeBron James has 11, they lose. That just goes to show you, Skip, if he doesn't play well, they don't win.
Boy, I think if the Kawhi doesn't play, my team has no chance against a good team.
Let me ask you a question. If you take LeBron James out of the equation right now, do you think the Cavaliers hold on and beat the Celtics?
Boy, they should. Man, against this team without Isaiah, I mean, we talked about how they look different without Isaiah, but still, on firepower.
You and I both know, Skip, that's not the case.
I think they should win.
LeBron had more points, more assists, more rebounds, more blocks, high field goal percentage. They were only a couple of percentage points away from 3-point. Now, Kawhi is a much better free throw shooter. But I just think the thing is, Skip, that we're tired of seeing him because he makes it look so easy. Basketball should not be this easy. And you hear everybody say, he cruised. He wasn't playing hard. The guy cruised and averaged 26, 8, and 8, which were career highs in rebounds and assists. I think it's easy for me. It is real easy. The other two, I got no problem. You get 42 triple-doubles, you better be at the ceremony. You average 28, 11, and 8, you better be at the ceremony. But Kawhi, I'm not taking Kawhi. I don't think Kawhi's season was as good as LeBron.
He's only the best two-way player in basketball, but that's okay. So I would make this case. The last 19 minutes of the game last night, if I had inserted Richard Jefferson in place of LeBron, I think they win that game.